Hey guys, what is up? I am back with another episode, another tier list, and today we are doing the final generation and the newest generation of Pokemon, Gen 9, the Paldean region. Now, this is a disclaimer. I do not know the names of all these Pokemon, or if I do, it's iffy. I'm iffy on it. So, I'm going to do my best, but eventually I will learn them all, and then maybe I'll give them the respect they're due. But if I do know their name, that means I like them. Probably. Most likely. But let's get into it. And the first one we have today is Sprigatito. Sprigatito is a great starter design. Unfortunately, it does get ruined in the future. But it's better than Litten because it's got more... I think it's got more fur and more detail to it than Litten did. And Litten just looks like a Digimon. Sprigatito brings it back to the realm of Pokemon a little bit. Floragato. See, when I first saw this, I was like, I didn't like it. But now, the more and more I look at it, the more and more it reminds me of like a Shinobi or something. Even though I know it's not, but it reminds me of like a ninja ready to fight. So I do like Floragato quite a bit. Masquerada is garbage design. I don't care if it's good to use in battle or whatnot, but its design is terrible. I do not like it. The mask, the back, maybe I think the biggest thing for me is that its paws are like they got like cuffling floofs. I don't like that. Masquerada is bad. We got my boy Fuecoco, great design. Everyone loved Fuecoco when it came out. The one tooth is really what seals the deal for me. Really wish it would have been like a pepper or something, but it is what it is. Because I think his design as a pepper would be better than what the pepper that we did get. But it's okay. Crocalor is just goofy looking to me, and I love it. I love every bit of Crocalor. He just looks like he is lost, or, he just enjoys the simple things in life. I think that's how you explain. He just enjoys being alive. That's how he does. And by far the best of the final evolution of the starters of the Paldea region, Skeledirge. The only problem that keeps this out of the ghost for me, it's the multicolors that he's got. The purple just doesn't. I know he's a ghost. I feel like they just forced the purple on him to be like, oh, there's a ghost part. I don't like the purple on him. I think if it was a different color or maybe like a different shade of red or orange or something, it would be a lot better, and it throws it off for me. But it is a great design. We got Quaxly. Quaxly's B tier. I like his hat. Again, I feel like like I've said this before in the past, but when things look a little too thin on a body part looks a little too thin, I'm not a fan of it. And that's how it's like flippers look, which I get that like birds don't have like thick claws, but it looks a little too thin. It looks like it almost goes down to nothing. Quaxwell, just terrible. Why would they even think this is a design? I don't know. He looks like he just put he gained a lot in his butt. They made him, now they go from too thin to too thick, and he just looks terrible. And then Quaxquavel, I think is it. I could see how some people like it. I don't like it. I mean, it's not for me. I don't know. Like, I don't get why they went from captain to dancer. I don't understand that train of thought. The first go is Lechonk. Lechonk's design is perfect. Whoever at Pokemon created this Pokemon, named it Lechonk, and made this design deserves the biggest raise. Should actually own half the company now. And then they should keep designing Pokemon. Oinkologne, solid. Both, I mean, they're not, it's, I love the concept, the humor behind it. Putting lipstick on a pig, it's still going to be a pig, So I did like Pokemon. I loved it when I used them in my playthrough. So that Oinkologne is A tier. The Dunsparce is funny. I get it. I do like the Dunsparce. Both segments, whatever. We'll keep the second segment out. They just made Dunsparce longer, but it would have been cool to see like some kind of dragon form out of Dunsparce. But they're like, let's keep this joke Pokemon a joke Pokemon, and I respect it. What is this? This is Tarantula. I do kind of like his design. I like the spider webs sticking, like the spider sticking out of the yarn or its web that it's spinning. I do like the name's kind of cute and playful. doesn't jump off the page on me, but I do like this Pokemon. This is Spidops, I believe. I don't understand the jump here. It kind of just looks like a straw. I don't. Yeah, it looks out of place. I'm not a big fan of Spidops. Nimble, I think Nimbly. Again, it's a basic bug Pokemon. I do like it, and I do think that it almost looks like it's got a metal coat. And I think the jump from Nimbly to low kicks is a really cool one. I do like low kicks a lot. A cricket Pokemon for both, have we had a cricket before? Cricketot, Cricketune, obviously Deadly Whoop, you know what I mean? But these ones I think did them justice, and they make them a lot cooler if you want a cool Pokemon. On my playthrough team, I used a Rellor and a Rapska. It's a dung beetle. It's hilarious. It's literally psychic poop is what Rapska has. Rellor's rolling around his poop until one point it gets to a point, it amasses enough psychic energy that it can have psychic poop. I love this Pokemon. They're hilarious. One of these is Gravard. I think that's that one, and then this is Houndstone because he's got the Tombstone. I don't know. I think I like the mini dog, so Gravard, more, but I do think both of these designs are solid. The Flitwick on top of the the candle on top of Gravard, I don't know, it gives it a little more character than just a plain stone. But this does look a little more menacing. So I don't know. I like both these Pokemon. I'll put them here. They're kind of back and forth here. I don't even know these Pokemon. I don't remember the names of these Pokemon. Yeah, I don't dislike these designs, but I do not know the names of these. But I also and if I like the designs, I'd probably know the name by now. But these Pokemon just don't stand out to me. I don't know. It looks like a pop singer in the evolve form. For Farigiraf, great evolution to Girafarig. I love, the head actually takes over. Now, is it the way I wanted the head to take over? Maybe they switched the body, or maybe it grows a second head that looks evil. I don't know. But it is a good, that concept of the head taking over. Kind of been done before, but I do like Farigiraf. Girafarig finally getting some love, because I always like Girafarig. Now, the regional variant that isn't a regional variant, but it is a regional variant. It's just, they're like, oh, it's not actually the same Pokemon. It's the same Pokemon. I don't know why they did what they did. But Wiglet, I like Diglett more. That's how I'm going to put it. I don't like the worms. And then Wugtrio, I do not like Wugtrio's design. It doesn't, first off, Wiglet makes sense because it's wiggly. Wugtrio is a terrible name. I don't know why. They're just like, oh, it's a weird kind. It's basing it off of Dugtrio. No, these Pokemon were poorly designed. I don't like them pretty much at all. Wiglet's a little better, but Wugtrio is just a bad design. Dondozo. Just the name alone is powerful. It's a giant, it is a giant catfish Pokemon. And the name Dondozo, it's a chef. I like food. It eats sushi. I like some kinds of sushi. I feel like me and Dondozo could be friends if we were ever to cross each other, ever cross paths. So, me and Dondozo, buds. That's what I'm talking about. Vavazula, I don't, something like that. The thing that gets me is I expect it to be really the design reminds me of Aeroscuda and Barrascuda, and it's not fast like them, and it confuses me because I always think it's fast, but it's got base 70 speed. So, yeah, not my favorite, but I could see some people liking it. It does have a unique concept. One of these is Palafin, and then the other one is Finizen, maybe? Finizen? I think maybe Finizen's the little one. I'm going to put, the design, the design for Finizen is great. It's a dolphin. It's almost too much like a real-life dolphin. And then I'm going to put the stupid, and I understand why they did this, the Palafin's normal form, because he just evolves and gets a heart. That's dumb. But then when he goes 0 to hero, I'm going to put it in front of Spidops. He does get kind of cool looking, but there's parts of me, his tail's too thin. He's standing on his tail. He shouldn't be able to move fast. He can't move, he wouldn't be move on his slippers. That doesn't make sense to me. So, Palafin kind of was a flop Finizen, great design by if it was by itself, but Palafin, nah, not so much. Smoliv was a dog. Great name, great design concept of an olive Pokemon. If we're gonna do an olive, they did it great. And then we go to Dolliv, which is just a doll olive, or a doll made out of olives. Great name. Like the Pokemon. I do like this design the best. Dolliv, it is a perfect upgrade from Smoliv. And then I think when we get to Arboliva, I think it kind of varies off a little too wildly from the first base, what the first two base have going on. It doesn't look like the same, but I do like it, and I did like using it in my playthrough. Capsakid's a little dork, and I do like that about him. I don't remember if he might just be a grass type, but he becomes a grass fire type. And I do like Capsakid's design relatively a lot, or a decent amount. The little buck tooth is nice point, but then we go to Skull Villain, and they just gave Bell Pepper a body, and I'm not all about it. Like, it doesn't resonate with me. Like, we could have had like some kind of cool like pepper lizard, or like what Fuecoco should have been a fire grass type, but I guess that since he's the starter, they wouldn't make him that. But it's something about Skull Villain I'm just not about. Tadbulb maybe is this guy's name. I love Tadbulb. Tadbulb's cute, adorable. Everything about him, he looks like, he just looks like he's happy. He likes like Crocodile. He's happy to be here. But then we get to Bellybolt, and I don't like Bellybolt. A lot of people like Bellybolt. I like him more than, we'll say, Spidops. But I don't know why. I don't know if it's the eyes on the side of the head that aren't actually eyes. It's something about me just makes me want to like punt him into the next atmosphere. I don't know what about him. Got Varoom and Reveroom. I like both these designs. I think maybe I like Varoom more because it's less like car, and then Reveroom is still a cool design, but like it is just straight up a car. Like Carcoal at least was like a Pokemon like with wheels. This is just like I am a car. I'm an engine. That's what my thing. Carcoal is just like I have wheels. I'm a turtle with wheels. Like that's what this was. But it's besides the point. I do like them. They are cool designs. The steel. I think the steel poison. I do like them. That is nifty because cars pollute toxins. So there we go. Then we go to Orthworm. I like Orthworm's design. I don't know. He's goofy. The hands that pop out are hilarious to me. This design I see love-hate for some people, but I like Orthworm. I don't see why anyone gives it hate. I guess it's supposed to be a goofy design, but, it is a goofy design, and I love it. So, and then we go to the Mousehold, or Tandem Mouse and Mousehold. They're just mouse. They're just, like, small mice, and I don't like, I don't really like when Pokemon, they've only done it, once, maybe twice before, when Pokemon make a group of Pokemon, like a group of Pokemon, like one Pokemon. Like, Mousehold, it doesn't make sense because Mousehold is like, they just don't evolve, they just have a kid. It doesn't make, does that kid become a Tandem Mouse? I don't get it. So, and then your Pokemon de-evolves. It doesn't make sense. I don't like that. But yeah, so when Pokemon do that, I'm not a big fan of it. Citadel, I like Citadel's design a lot, and I like Cititan's design a lot. These two Pokemon, I wish I would have used them. I didn't, unfortunately, in my playthrough, because I saw it in one of the trailers, and I was like, I don't want to. I want to try to keep my team like as diverse as possible, or like different as possible. But these two Pokemon look really cool. I do like them a lot. Land Whales, cool idea, and making them ice types. And making an ice type land whale that's not an orca, I do give Pokemon credit for that. Now, I don't remember these guys' names except for the last one. One of them is Frigibax. I think it's this one. I don't remember this guy's name, but this guy is just a goofy looking Trico. Look at him. Like, he's got the head, but he's like Trico's malnourished brother. Not malnourished. Deformed brother, I guess. But, yeah, so I like Trico. I'm going to like this guy. I think this is Frigibax. A relative amount. I think it's solid for a middle stage pseudo evolution. Now, and it's got enough detail for that middle stage. But when we get to Baxcalibur, my problem with Baxcalibur is that it's too basic in terms of like it just has an axe on its back and claws on its hands, and that's it. Like the only other time we really see like a very basic pseudo legendary Pokemon, I mean, I guess we have is like Tyranitar, but Tyranitar pulls it off, and then maybe Dragonite, but Dragonite has like the little wings. It's got some other details. Maybe it's just the orange, and even then, Dragonite's not the best pseudo legendary design. So I don't Baxcalibur. Something about it just doesn't pull it off like the other basic pseudo legendaries we have. And we go to Tatsugiri. I don't know how I feel about Tatsugiri. It's weird that they have forms for all the others, but Tatsugiri. You know, it is a sushi Pokemon, and I like it. And I think the gimmick that it has with Dondozo is cool. I like Dondozo way more. But Tatsugiri, I think I get irritated with trying to find a shiny version of it when I'm looking, because I don't know what's shiny. I don't know what's shiny for a Tatsugiri because they have so many different colors. Cyclizar, kind of a, it's a decent design, but kind of a disappointment in terms of gameplay. Like, yeah, I get that it's Koraidon and Miraidon's like present day form, but like, man, people thought there was so much like it was gonna be like a rare Pokemon that you could attain and like use and evolve into one of them. Nah, it was just, this is the present day form of Miraidon and Koraidon. I think this is Palmie. Palmie is the best one. I think the orange is Palmie's orange is the best, and then its evolutions are stupid because it just stands up. Like, we could vary like Pikachu to Raichu. If you're gonna make a Pikachu clone and make it evolve, Pikachu to Raichu, like there was enough difference between them that like they were different Pokemon. Like Palmie to Palmo is just, it loses a little color, which makes it worse, and stands up. And then Palmie to Palma is it just gains hair. I don't like this evolution chain. I do like Palmo a little bit, but Palmie to Palma, not it. Wattrel, dog. Kilowattrel, dog. I mean, goat. Like, these guys were some key players towards the end of my playthrough. Holy cow. And they key electric type that I needed on my team. Speed and powerful. That's how you want to hit hard, you want to hit fast. These two got you. And electric flying is a great type. Bombardier, I like Bombardier. I mean, I don't have any, I didn't use it, but, it being a Titan Pokemon is memorable. And, it being able to drop bombs, being an evil stork, I like that concept. The fake Chadots can all just go here. Squawkabilly, that's what they're called. Don't like it. I don't know the poof of the hair, the different colors. I just don't like it. Flamingo, I like the name. They could have done more with the design. It is just a plastic flamingo. Cloth, love the name. Think it's a solid crab Pokemon in terms of design. It looks like it's just tweaked out on some kind of drug. But I wish it was a little better. I wish it wasn't just a one-off. I do like Cloth, but not that much. Then we go to Knackley. I think this is a great design. I don't remember the middle stage one. And then, was it Knacklestack? Knacklestack can go to like top of A. The naming convention using the sodium chloride or chlorate, whatever, I don't know what it is genius. And then they just made Minecraft and added it to Pokemon. So it's a great Pokemon. One of these is Glamora or Glinto, I don't know. These Pokemon are kind of weird. I get that you find them in Area 0, so they're supposed to be weird like that, almost like Ultra Beast looking. But, they're not my favorite. They're not weird. I don't like them good weird, but yeah, something about them just, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like it. Then we got Shroodle. Shroodle got his little tongue out. He's just trying to get some licks in. And then we got Grafai. I do like these Pokemon a decent amount. It's like I don't know why they decided to make monkeys the artiste of the Pokemon world, but they do. And Shroodle, Shroodle's cute, and then Grafai is a little menace, just like you think it'd be. These Pokemon get A because of their names. One of these is Fido, and the other one is Doxbun, I think. Doxbun. Great names. Their abilities great. They're really useful and competitive. Fairy types. They're good boys. Ain't no complaints here. And then we have One of them is Mabostiff. Bet something. I don't remember the little one's name. It's a good design. I mean, he's a little weird, goofy guy, but Mabostiff trumps it hands down every day. This is a storyline. You'll feel bad for Mabostiff every time you see one, just because of the storyline Arvin had to go through. Keep it up, Mabostiff. I forget these guys' names. Ramblegas, maybe one of them. You know, they're just tumbleweeds with eyes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's what they are. Not a fan. Do I like Gimmighoul? I think I like the little Gimmighoul a lot more than I like the chest form Gimmighoul. Because this guy's just a scavenger. He's just trying to make that dough. He's out here working hard, looking for money. Whereas the chest one's like, I got the money. He's lazy. He's done. He doesn't need it no more. Now, you want to talk about a Pokemon I do not like? Goldango. Goldango is string cheese. Don't like him. I don't know how they went from get this little dude Gimmighoul to a Goldango. Just not it. Not it. Now, let's get on to some cool Pokemon. A lot of them I don't know the names of. Great Tusk. This is a goat. I mean, I never used it, but the design alone is crazy. Like, Donphan was cool already. And then they just made him way cooler. Great Tusk gets up there. Don't know this one's name. I think honestly I like regular Moongus more. Just because one, it doesn't make sense. Why does he have Pokeballs? Pokeballs didn't exist. And then two, like, I don't the green doesn't make. I don't get it. I don't know why he has it. Sandy Shocks. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like. Why is he made out of metal? Why is he metal? Like he was from the future. Why magnets weren't worth when he's from? I don't know how like magnets were a thing like they were. It doesn't make sense to me. Like inanimate object Pokemon existing back in a time where those things didn't exist. It is what it is. Now we have Screaming Tail. Much improvement on Jigglypuff, but it is still just Jigglypuff, so I'm going to give it a B tier. So I'm not the biggest fan. This is literally just Misdreavus Fluttermane. It's just a Misdreavus that flared out her hair. So, C, Misdreavus. What is this? Slitherwing? Witherwing? I do like this design. I think, honestly, I like this design more than I like Volcarona. But it does pull away from the lore of Volcarona. I think that, unless it's like really ancient, but Volcarona was like a deity to people. So, Roaring Moon, I love that the design of Roaring Moon takes into consideration the Mega Pokemon form, Mega Salamence's form. So I'm gonna put that in A tier. It almost looks like a Native American Pokemon if there was one. Iron Treads. I like Iron Treads, but I do like Great Tusk more. The fact that the past win the Paradox Pokemon hands down, except for like a couple of them. But Iron Treads is just, the face I think is what really gets me for Iron Treads. I do like Iron Moth a lot. I do think this is, again, upgrade to Volcarona. I think if Volcarona was metal, they hit it perfectly, and I think it makes it look cooler than normal Volcarona. Iron Hands, I like normal Hariyama more. I do like this, but I like normal Hariyama way more. Then we got, Iron Jugulus. These are just really, like, I'm going to give most of these the B tier because they're just the metal forms of their normal Pokemon. But there are some, the lighting's a little different, but nothing's different enough. And I'm not basing these ones on, do I like the Pokemon they're based off of? I'm basing them on their uniqueness of design, and really there's no uniqueness, they're just metal. So, that's how I feel about that. Now, Iron Valiant, I do like how they're like, let's fuse two Gardevoir and Gallade and we'll make one Pokemon. I do like that concept of whoever created Iron Valiant. That was a great design. I do think that's a cool idea. I like it way more than I like Iron Treads. Now, I don't know which one. One of these is Tinglu. I think it's this one. He is a bull with a bull on his head. Hilarious. I love it. Don't know this one's name. I don't like this one that much. It's a snail. I guess snail Pokemon don't fit the vibe for me for the most part, but this one's rough. Then Chin Pao, maybe I don't remember the names. The only problem I have with this is it's too thin. I think if it was a little like meatier, like almost like a Suicune build or like a Entei or Raikou build, it would be a cool. They could have added it as a fourth legendary for those cats, but it would have been a cool design. It's just a little too thin for me. Goldfish is solid A tier. It is a fire goldfish that really is just the eyeballs, and then it makes the body up itself. But great design. Then we got Koraidon. Another A tier design. Again, another Native American Pokemon if we had one. It is fighting. I don't like how when you're playing the game, it walks on all fours. I get that it's from the past, but like, why have wheels? I don't understand why you have wheels. Miraidon, that's a dog. Carried me through my game, so Miraidon's cool. It actually is a futuristic motorbike, so everything about it is great. Tinkatink, I like this whole Tinkatink, Tinka something, and Tinkaton. I do like this whole group of Pokemon a lot, and I do think it's cool that they take down Corviknights and use their armor to make their hammers. It's crazy. What is this? This is not Armor. Is this Armor Rouge? No, this is Charcadet. Charcadet is cool little, like, it almost seems like this should have been like, it reminds me of the Toxel equivalent, but it should have been like a Toxel that it just kind of given to you. And then we got Armor Rouge. This is Armor Rouge, right? Yeah, Armor Rouge. Armor Rouge is Mega Man, but orange. I do like that a lot. What is it? Fire Psychic. Great design. Maybe a little bit too yellow, but I do like its Pokemon. It does look like an evolved form, just a straight up evolution of Charcadet. And then we got Cerulege was a goat for me. Carried me through my playthrough. Urza, if you know what I'm talking about, represent swords for hands. That's cool. And it has Bitter Blade is just a broken move to play in any playthrough. I do like this regional not variant of Toadcruel, or what is it? Tentacruel's Toadcool, and Toads. These are cool. I like Toadcruel a lot. The color, I think, like the yellow, green, and then the black is just a solid mix of things. And it being a grass type, grass ground, I believe. I like this Pokemon a lot. Then we got King Gambit, another solid Pokemon. I think this is just maybe his mustache is a little too big, but a perfect evolution to Bisharp. Paldean Wooper, the only Paldean form, right? Gets a B. It's just Wooper, but brown. I like that. Clodsire, I love Clodsire. Clodsire, his little spikes that come out are great. And he looks even more derpy than Quagsire, which I didn't know was possible. And then we have the king, the best Pokemon in this game, Annihilate. They gave my favorite fighting type an evolution, and they could not have perfected it better. Primeape gets so angry that it dies and unleashes its final form and its spirit. What a great design. Everything about Annihilate is perfect. And they made my favorite fighting type Pokemon in my life again. Well, that is my tier list for the Generation 9 Pokemon. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. Let me know who your guys' favorite were and who you played through with. But if you haven't seen my past ones, check them out. And until next time, peace.